Halo, selamat datang pada video pembelajaran ini. Perkenalkan nama saya, Nofri Franz. Saya berasal dari Universitas Kelabat, Air Mendidih Manado, Sulawesi Utara. Pada kesempatan ini, saya akan membawakan satu mata kuliah yang saya ampu dalam Fakultas Keguruan Ilmu dan Pendidikan, lebih khusus pendidikan bahasa Inggris. Adapun mata kuliah yang saya ampu ini adalah Elementary English. Ini merupakan mata kuliah prasyarat bagi mahasiswa untuk melanjutkan ke level yang lebih tinggi, yaitu Pre-Intermediate English. Mata kuliah ini berbobot 3 SKS, dan pada video kali ini, mahasiswa akan mempelajari bagaimana menggunakan gramatikal bahasa Inggris yang baik dan benar. Dan pada mata kuliah ini, mahasiswa juga diajak untuk lebih komunikatif dalam menggunakan bahasa Inggris, di mana 4 keterampilan berbahasa itu akan dipelajari oleh mahasiswa, yaitu speaking, listening, reading, dan writing. Nah, pada video kali ini, mahasiswa akan lebih fokus pada pembelajaran gramatikal. Dan pendekatan yang saya gunakan pada pembelajaran video kali ini yaitu distance interactive approach. Dengan menggunakan teknologi yang ada dan tools serta device yang lain yang membantu mahasiswa agar boleh belajar lebih efektif dan efisien. Dan saya berharap melalui pembelajaran video pada saat ini akan memberikan wawasan yang luas bagi mahasiswa untuk lebih memahami dan dapat menggunakan bahasa Inggris yang baik dan benar dalam kehidupan mereka, baik secara formal maupun informal. Dan diharapkan akan terjadi suatu peningkatan yang signifikan bagi mahasiswa secara pribadi dan tentunya akan bermanfaat juga bagi teman sejawat. Semoga video ini bermanfaat. Selamat menonton dan selamat belajar. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today?
I'm good, sir.
Great, sir.
Okay.
Great, sir. Good.
Okay. So hopefully that everyone are okay for this afternoon. Okay, class, this afternoon we are going to start with our last chapter for this semester. And we are on chapter 6. Okay, so this is the last chapter in our semester. And then today we have a special lesson. You are going to study a new grammar. Okay, and the grammar we call it gerund. Okay, so today we are going to study about gerund. I hope that all of you may get something from our lesson today. Okay, and then before we start the lesson, I would like to read some learning objective that we are going to do during our meeting this afternoon. The first one is, our learning objective is identify gerund in simple sentences. So students will recognize gerunds as verbs ending in ing or ing that function as nouns. Okay. The second one is use gerund to express likes and hobbies. So student will construct basic sentences using gerunds after verbs like, love, and enjoy. Okay, and then the last one, our learning objective is create short sentences using gerund as subject or objects. Student will practice forming sentences where gerunds appear at the beginning or at the end of the sentences. So these three learning objectives we are going to do during our class meeting today. Okay, class, let's see what is gerund.
When is the word she loves reading?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, she loves reading. So which one is gerund here?
I think, sir, the gerund is the reading one.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's perfect. Okay? Because in the sentences you have the subject, okay, and then the verb. She loves reading. Reading is a gerund. So let's see about gerund. Okay, thank you, Karel, for your example. Okay, so mostly gerund is another word of noun. Jadi gerund adalah kata lainnya adalah kata benda. Okay, we are bilingual campus, so we may use English and Indonesian. Yeah. So another word for gerund is noun. Okay, and mostly gerund is formed by adding ing or ing at the end of the verb. Okay. For example, here you have the word swim. Okay, you need to add ing and it become gerund or noun. So, for example, swimming is fun. So, swimming here is a gerund, just like Carol mentioned before. Yeah, she loves reading. So, reading itself is a noun or it's a gerund. Okay. But sometimes we are confused because some verbs also have the same pattern of gerund. They have verb and plus ing or ing at the end of the verb. Ada beberapa kata kerja juga yang digunakan seperti pada gerund, yaitu kata kerja ditambah dengan ing. But there is a slightly different between gerund and verb. I think if you study about present continuous, you're going to find that those verb is in the same form with the gerund. But the difference is gerund refers to things or ideas, while another verb plus ing, it's talk about something that is happening now or the action is happening now. So can you differentiate between gerund and then verb? Most of the time, verb is always followed by helping verb or to be. If you study about present continuous, you are going to find out that the verb might have to be followed by helping verb. There is to be, ya. Ada is, am, or are. And then you need to plus ing after the verb. To refers to something that the action is happening now. Untuk menunjukkan bahwa peristiwa itu sedang terjadi. Okay? So, for example, Karel just shared to us his example, yeah? She loves reading. That's we call as reading is a gerund. But when we say like this, Afi is reading now. Can you find the difference? So in the first sentence, she loves reading means dia suka apa? Membaca. The other sentence, she is reading now, it means it refers to action that is happening now. Menunjukkan bahwa dia sedang membaca. Okay? So, gerund is the ing form of a verb used as a noun. Okay? So, gerund refers to things or ideas, and then verb refers to an action. Yeah? Especially for present continuous, it refers to something that is happening now. So far, class, do you understand? Sejauh ini bisa dipahami? Okay, class. Then we move to the next slide, yeah? Okay. Now we come to some examples of our topic today. Okay, another example, reading helps me relax. Okay, or she loves dancing, and so on. Okay, class, can you give me your own example by using gerund in your own sentences? Simple sentence. I think everyone can share your own example by using gerund in your sentences.
So my example is exercising is good for health. For
Yeah.
health.
Okay, thank you. That's perfect. Next, anyone, you can share your own example using gerund in the sentence.
Helping others is the act of love.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Helping others. Okay. We don't talk about that you is helping someone right now, but helping here is the idea, or helping here is the things. Yeah. So menolong, okay, it's a good action for us to do. Yeah. But when we say, I'm helping my mom cook dinner, that refers to an action that it's happening now. Okay? Dea or Karel, Ken, maybe you can give your own example. Okay, class, so far, do you understand? We are going to see how we put the gerund in the sentences. So, for example, in the slide, you find out the example, yeah? Sometimes you find out the gerund is in front of the sentence, and then in the other sentence, there's a gerund at the end of the sentences, okay? So, for example, reading helps me relax, or she loves dancing, okay? We are going to see how to use gerund. But before, there are some reason why we use gerund. The first one is to talk about activities as things or ideas, as I mentioned before, yeah? Or the second one is to express likes and dislikes, routines and hobbies. The last one, to make sentences more natural in English. And if you understand how to use gerund in whether in writing or speaking, then I think that's a good way for you how you improve your English. Class, we go to how to form gerund. Okay, mostly all the verb that we use, we might add ing to form to be a gerund. Yeah, for regular or common verbs, we can add ing at the end of the verb to make gerund. For example, play become playing. Okay, cook become cooking. Okay, mostly of verbs you can add ing to form to be a gerund. But you need to know there are some rules regarding to regular and irregular verbs in English. Yeah. So, for example, another rules is when the verb ends with E, we need to eliminate the E and then you can add ing. Jadi kalau ada kata kerja berakhiran dengan huruf E, maka E itu dihilangkan, baru kita tambah dengan ing. Okay? The third one, verb ends with I and E, you need to change to Y and then U plus ing. Later on, we are going to find some verbs, yeah? The fourth one is for verbs with one syllable, you can add ing. But you need to know one syllable with the structure of consonant plus vowel plus consonant. Then you need to double the last consonant before you add ing. For example, verb run, kata run. Polanya adalah run, R itu adalah konsonan, U di situ ada vowel, bunyi hidup, and then the last one is N is consonant. So when you find one syllable with consonant, vowel, and consonant, the last consonant you need to make it double before you add ing. For example, run become running. Okay? The next one is when the verb has two syllables. Ketika kata kerja itu punya two syllable, dua suku kata. Okay? Dan the last syllable is stress, okay, or emphasize. Then you need to double the last stress of the verb, and then you can add ing. And then the last one, for the verbs ends with L, okay, you need to double the L and then you add ing. Okay, so class, this is the way how we form the gerund from the basic verb. Okay, you may add ing to make them become a gerund. Okay, so far guys, do you understand? Sejauh ini bisa dipahami?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So mostly the verb you can add ing, but you need to pay attention. There are some rules how to add ing after the verb. Ya, nanti perlu diperhatikan kata-kata kerja tertentu yang ada perubahan ketika sebelum kita menambahkan ing. But mostly you can add ing to the verb to become gerund. The next slide is we are going to talk about how to use the gerund. Bagaimana kita menggunakan gerund. So first, gerund can be used as a subject. Makanya tadi di contoh ada di awal kalimat. Reading help me relax, ya kan? So, as a subject, dia harus ada di depan awal kalimat. For example here, jogging is healthy. Okay? Jogging is healthy. So, jogging is gerund and its function as a subject. Okay? The next one, gerund also can be used as an object. Jadi kalau tadi subjek ada di depan kalimat, gerund juga bisa digunakan sebagai objek yang biasanya ada di akhir dari kalimat. For example, I enjoy painting. Okay? I like cooking. Okay? Ken likes drawing. Okay? Or painting. Whatever. Because gerund mostly talk about the things or ideas. The next one, how to use gerund. Gerund can use after a certain verbs. Jadi ada beberapa kata kerja yang bisa dipadankan dengan gerund. Artinya setelah kata kerja ini bisa langsung diikuti oleh gerund. For example, kata kerja di sini ada like.
Cooking.
Everyone, you can answer. What Jaren here. Which one is Jaren? Cooking is fun.
Cooking.
Okay, thank
Cooking
you.
fun.
So cooking is
Cooking.
Jaren. So is it a subject or an object in the first sentences?
Subject.
Yeah,
Subject.
that's good. So cooking is a gerund and its function as a subject. Number two, he enjoys writing stories. Which one is gerund?
Writing.
Ya, writing. Okay, where is writing? Ada di depan atau di belakang?
Belakang, sir.
Belakang,
Ya,
sir.
belakang. Remember the verb enjoys, ya. After enjoys, you can follow by gerund. So writing is a gerund. Number three. It's something wrong here, ya. It's actually number three, not number two again. She's afraid of swimming in the sea. Which one is gerund?
Swimming.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ken. So swimming is gerund. Does it mean she's swimming? She's doing an action or not?
No.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. No, because swimming here function as a gerund, is not as a verb or something that is happening now. The next one is I finished reading the novel. Which one is gerund?
Reading, sir.
Okay, reading is gerund. Okay, I finished reading the novel. The last one, they love playing music together. Okay, of course, playing is gerund. Okay, how do you know that playing is gerund? Because after verb love, you can combine with gerund. Kata kerja love, ya, bisa diikuti oleh gerund. So they love playing music together. Okay, class. Nah, here we go to the last slide of our lesson today. Okay, everyone, can you pick up one number? Then you transform the verb into correct gerund form. Ayo, nanti bisa mungkin satu-satu. Kak bisa mulai ambil number one, number two, three, and so on. Okay? And then you may change the verb into the right or the correct form of the gerund. So make sure, ya, you need to add ing at the end of the verb. The verb, especially here in your slide, it's in the brackets, ya. Yang ada dalam kurung, you need to change it into gerund. Make sure to follow the rules, ya. Don't forget. Because we cannot add ing wherever we want, ya. We need to follow the rules. Kalau ada akhiran i, okay, what you have to do, okay? When it's a common verb, then you can add ing directly to the verb. Number two.
Number two, run. Jadi running is good for health.
Okay, thank you. So running is good for health. Which one is
Health.
gerund, Ken?
Running, sir.
Okay, so running. So how to construct the gerund of run? How to construct the gerund of the verb run? What we have to do? Is it one syllable? Yeah, one syllable, yeah. Start with consonant, vowel, and consonant. So what we have to do with the last consonant before we add ing? So thank you, Ken. I'm interested in learning English. Next, they stop.
Talking.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Afi. They stop talking. And then the next one, he's afraid of.
Swimming, sir.
Okay, swimming. Next, we finished.
Eating, sir.
Okay,
Eating
we
lunch.
finished eating lunch. The next one, do you like
Reading.
reading? Okay, do you like reading? We cannot say, do you like read? Yeah, but we have to say, do you like reading? Okay, the next one. She's good at
Singing.
singing. Okay. The next one. Blank blank is relaxing.
Painting, sir.
Yeah, okay. Painting is relaxing. The last one. He avoided driving at night. Okay. So we need to eliminate the E and then we add ing. Okay. Class, so far, do you have any questions? Ada yang mau bertanya? Okay, class. So let's make a conclusion, yeah, based from what we have studied. So what is a gerund? Once again, a gerund is the ing forms of a verb used as a noun. Jadi sekali lagi, gerund adalah kata kerja yang ditambahkan ing dan menjadi kata benda. Jadi kata lain dari gerund adalah kata benda. Okay? Remember, gerund can be used as a subject, can be used as an object, okay? Or what else? Gerund can be used after some verbs like laugh, like, finish, and etc. And then the last one, gerund can be used after a preposition. Okay, I'm good at drawing. I'm good at painting. Okay, class. I think that's all for today, and I hope what you have studied will help you to improve your English skills, especially to improve your speaking and writing. Once you understand about gerund, then it's very helpful for us to develop our English to be more natural in our daily life. So once again, thank you everyone for joining our class today, and I hope you learned something from the lesson today. Okay, have a nice day and goodbye.